At 61, Melissa Gilbert finally tells the truth about Patty Duke. Melissa Gilbert was born Melissa Ellen Gilbert on May 8, 1964, in Los Angeles, California. Adopted as an infant by actor and comedian Paul Gilbert and his wife Barbara Crane, Melissa was immersed in the world of entertainment from the very beginning. Her upbringing in Hollywood surrounded her with opportunities to develop her talents, and she quickly discovered a love for acting. Despite her early start in an industry known for its challenges, Melissa showed remarkable resilience and determination, carving out a place for herself, not only as a child star but later as a respected actress, director, author, and advocate. Melissa's big break came when she was just 9 years old, landing the iconic role of Laura Ingalls Wilder on the hit television series Little House on the Prairie 1974 to 1983. Based on the beloved books by Laura Ingalls Wilder, the series became a cultural phenomenon celebrating the American pioneer spirit, while also addressing deep themes of family, faith, hardship, and perseverance. Melissa's portrayal of Half Pint, as her character was lovingly called by Michael Landon Charles, resonated with millions of viewers around the world. Her natural charm, emotional depth, and authenticity made Laura a character that audiences could connect with across generations. Week after week, Melissa brought innocence, strength, and warmth to the role, helping the series become one of the most enduring family dramas of all time. But Melissa's life was not just defined by her years on Little House. After the show ended, she continued to build an impressive career in television and film. She starred in dozens of made-for-TV movies, including emotionally powerful roles in projects such as Choices of the Heart, 1983, where she played missionary Jean Donovan, and The Miracle Worker, 1979, in which she portrayed Helen Keller opposite Patty Duke as in Sullivan. These performances showcased her ability to step into challenging dramatic roles that demanded maturity and emotional range well beyond her years. As an adult actress, Melissa also appeared in series such as Stand By Your Man, Sweet Justice, and guest roles across television, proving her adaptability and continued relevance in a competitive industry. Beyond her acting, Melissa Gilbert became a powerful voice in Hollywood leadership. From 2001 to 2005, she served as the president of the Screen Actors Guild, SAG, representing the interests of thousands of actors across the United States. During her tenure, she was known for her tireless advocacy for fair contracts, healthcare benefits, and protections for performers navigating an ever-changing entertainment landscape. This period of her career demonstrated that Melissa was not just a talented actress, but also a determined leader unafraid to speak out and fight for the rights of her peers. During the period 2008 to 2009, Gilbert was seen as Caroline Ma in the musical adaptation of Little House on the Prairie directed by Francesca Zambalou. The world premiere production took place at the Guthrie Theater, Minneapolis. The show was on a U.S. national tour which started in 2009 and finally came to an end at Starlight Theater, Kansas City, Missouri, in June 2010. Melissa also explored writing, authoring several books that gave fans an intimate look into her journey. Her memoir, Prairie Tale, 2009, candidly detailed her experiences growing up in Hollywood, the pressures of child stardom, her struggles with addiction, and her ultimate path toward recovery and healing. She also wrote My Prairie Cookbook, 2014, blending family recipes with behind-the-scenes stories from her Little House years, a perfect gift to her devoted fan base. Her openness in discussing personal challenges made her relatable and inspiring, showing that even those who appear to live perfect lives in the spotlight face their own battles. Melissa Gilbert's personal life has been as eventful and captivating as her professional career, particularly when it comes to her relationships and marriages. In 1988, she married actor Bo Brinkman, who at the time was known for his work in films and television, and was also connected to the legendary Sheen/Estevez acting family through his cousin Martin Sheen. Their union was marked by passion and creativity, as both were actively working within the entertainment industry during those years. The couple welcomed a son, Dakota Paul Brinkman, in 1989, making Gilbert a mother for the first time and adding new dimensions of joy and responsibility to her life. However, despite their efforts to maintain a strong bond, Their relationship was filled with challenges, and after 6 years of marriage, they decided to part ways. Their divorce in 1994 brought to a close a chapter that had been both rewarding and turbulent, teaching Gilbert valuable lessons about love, family, and personal growth. Just a year after her first marriage ended, Gilbert found love again with actor Bruce Boxleitner, a well-established television and film star best known for his roles in Scarecrow and Mrs. King and the Tron films. The two had actually been introduced years earlier by Gilbert's former co-star, Michael Landon Jr., and after reconnecting, they began a romance that quickly blossomed. They married in 1995 in a ceremony that blended Hollywood glamour with heartfelt emotion, and together they raised a blended family. Gilbert became stepmother to Boxleitner's 2 sons from his previous marriage. And in 1995, the couple welcomed a son of their own, Michael Garrett Boxleitner, named in honor of Gilbert's late mentor and Little House on the Prairie father figure, Michael Landon. Their marriage lasted for over 16 years, making it Gilbert's longest relationship to that point. Throughout those years, the couple faced the usual ups and downs of a Hollywood partnership, balancing the pressures of acting careers, parenting, and public life. Despite their shared history and family ties, Gilbert and Boxleitner ultimately decided to divorce in 2011, marking the end of another significant era in her life. After taking time to focus on herself and her children, Gilbert found love again in actor and director Timothy Busfield, known for his roles in 30-Some, The West Wing, and Field of Dreams. In January 2013, her representative confirmed their engagement. News met with warm enthusiasm by fans who enjoyed both stars for their long-standing contributions to television and film. Their relationship moved swiftly, as the two shared not only personal chemistry, but also mutual values rooted in family, creativity, and a love of a simpler life. On April 24, 2013, they were married in a quiet yet romantic ceremony in Santa Barbara, California, symbolizing a fresh, new start for Gilbert, who often described Busfield as her true partner and soulmate. Following their wedding, the couple chose to step away from the typical Hollywood lifestyle, settling in the small town of Howell, Michigan, from 2013 through 2018. There they embraced a quieter, more grounded existence, far removed from the glitz and chaos of Los Angeles. Gilbert became heavily involved in local life, engaging with the community, and even finding joy in renovating and restoring an old Victorian house, which he often described as a labor of love and an expression of her new chapter. During these years, she also focused more deeply on writing, political activism, and her health, seeking a sense of peace and balance after decades in the spotlight. By late 2018, Gilbert and Busfield decided to relocate once more, this time moving to New York City. Another new phase was at play in their lives as they transitioned from the calm of small-town Michigan to the vibrant cultural hub of Manhattan. In New York, Gilbert would find herself surrounded by art, theater, and opportunities that would continue to inspire her both professionally and personally. The move also gave her the chance to be closer to her extended family and reconnect with the fast-paced creative energy that defined much of her earlier life. With Busfield by her side, Gilbert approached this phase of her journey with a sense of renewed purpose, resilient, adaptable, and open to embracing love and life in all its forms. At 61 years young, Melissa Gilbert, the actress beloved as Laura Ingalls Wilder on the iconic television series Little House on the Prairie, finally opened up about her complicated and deeply personal connection with another Hollywood legend, Patty Duke. For decades, Gilbert has been relatively private about certain parts of her life, picking and choosing when she would reveal some personal truths. But now, with age and wisdom on her side, she decided it was time to speak her mind honestly and without restraint. Her words, rimmed with authenticity from an experience well lived, carried not only admiration for the extraordinary talent of Duke, but reflections of the darker reality of showbiz and how the struggles of Duke profoundly touched her outlook on life in the spotlight. Melissa Gilbert's comments marked the characteristic candor with which she spoke, often starting with a sense of reverence. Patty Duke is arguably one of the most fearless actresses I've ever seen. She'd admit she had this uncanny ability to bring a character to life in such a way that you felt like you weren't watching a performance. You were literally watching someone's soul being exposed right in front of you. For Gilbert, who at 9 years old had herself grown up within the entertainment industry, watching Patty Duke perform was both a thing of wonder and intimidating. She could see in Patty Duke's performances the raw honesty and soulfulness that every true actor aspired to achieve. Yet beneath that brilliance, Gilbert also recognized the signs of struggle that so many child stars and adult performers faced in Hollywood, something she herself wasn't immune to. In opening up about Patty Duke, Gilbert didn't hold back in discussing the challenges that Duke faced, her struggles with mental illness, her being thrust into fame at such a young age, and the often destructive personal relationships that came with her turbulent life. Gilbert confessed, "When I was younger, I didn't fully understand what Patty was going through. I don't think any of us kids in the industry really did. We just thought she was moody or intense. But as I got older and I lived my own ups and downs, I realized that what she endured was nothing short of harrowing." Gilbert explained that Duke's openness later in life about her struggles with bipolar disorder gave countless people, herself included, the courage to speak about their own vulnerabilities without shame. Gilbert also reflected on how Patty Duke, in many ways, became a cautionary tale for young actors like herself. "I looked at Patty's life and thought, if she can survive everything she's been through and still have the strength to stand up and speak out, then there's hope for all of us." She admitted that Duke's story made her more aware of the dangers of Hollywood's grueling demands, especially on young women. Gilbert acknowledged that her own path, marked by public relationships, divorces, health challenges, and her own struggles with addiction, had mirrored some of Duke's hardships. "There were times," Gilbert said, "when I felt like I was teetering on the same edge that Patty had lived on for years. But watching how she eventually took control of her narrative, gave me the courage to try and do the same for myself." What stood out most in Melissa Gilbert's recollections was not just her admiration for Patty Duke's professional talent, but also her empathy for Duke's personal battles. She was human, Gilbert emphasized. That's something people forget when they look at stars. Patty wasn't just an actress or